The world is screwed, and Jerry Lewis just died. It's crazy. It's been really hard trying to understand what's going on. Charlottesville, neo-Nazis, Antifa, fighting each other. The news, news cycle, Twitter, all this stuff. And I'm like, this world's screwed up. They're talking about white supremacy. They're going to have like a war. They're going to have 16 cities next week. They're going to go be protesting. And then you're going to have the Antifa's going to come and they're going to fight. And there's going to be blood in the streets. And someone will get killed. And the synagogue will be burnt down. Or something like that. And we're going to be like, oh my God, I told you. This is it. Reality's over. Apocalypse now. But is that really the case? Do we have to be so apocalyptic? Can't we be positive? Try to find the good things? I was thinking these things and then boom, Jerry Lewis dies this morning. I'm like, crazy. How do you deal with Jerry Lewis dying and the world's going nuts? And you look to comedians, they have such great ideas about how to live your life and how to look at the world with a fresh perspective. They're comedians or philosophers, really. They give deep insights into reality. And Jerry Lewis, for me, gave me deep insight into my body, actually. When I was growing up, I would always watch. I didn't watch Jerry Lewis all the time. I didn't grow up in that era, but I saw reruns and stuff, and I saw stuff on TV. I would always watch. My father would always say, Jerry Lewis, all the way. Jerry Lewis, you have to go. And I watched him and identified. I was like, this guy's Jewish, just like me. And the interesting thing was his Jewishness. I always felt he gave it in his body, his expressions. It's kind of the kind of twitches. He's got a twerking Jew, a Jew with radical Tourette's or something. The way he speaks and he's his accidents, you just spill into another. There's this endless kind of motion going on. I was like, this is Jewish. This anxiety is energetic. It spreads out. And it just goes and you're caught up in it. And you're and it's great because he's an adorable schlemiel. You look at him, he's this guy may be a klutz, total klutz. He doesn't know how to speak English. He doesn't know how to speak. He doesn't know how to act. He always screws up. He always overdoes it. He always overcompensates. He's so socially conscious of every situation, but it just spills over and he overcomes the social. And here he overcomes the social, and there he is. He's like a tzaddik. This guy he has overcome the social, and there he is. He's free. He's really free, and he's a schlemiel. He's a free schlemiel. I was like, wow, incredible. And he did that through going overdoing it. And you could live your life like that. You could be like that. And he's adorable for doing it. And I feel it's very charming, and I feel very loved. Actually, I feel loved by him. I always felt loved by him. He was such a loving guy. His telethons, how his comedy, and how he helped people out. He brought great people on stage. It's this is what Hollywood is really about. It's about helping people with cerebral palsy, helping people who don't have a chance in life. And he's such a beautiful heart. And I always think his schlemiel character is such a pure, innocent kind of character, a sweet character. And he's a liberating character as well. But I see his charm. His charm is the most thing for me. And also my body. I looked at my face, my jaw. I kind of look like Jerry Lewis in a way. In a way, I look in the mirror and I look at my jaw and I'm like, yeah, and my face. I was like, yeah, actually, I could be like a young Jerry Lewis, maybe, or a mid-age Jerry Lewis. But it's a great thing because he taught me this kind of comedy that he spread was I feel embodied comedy. The way he just the way he is let loose. That craziness. The overdoing it and screwing up so bad. He takes the schlemiel. The screw ups are so bad. There's no going back. But it's charming because the whole thing you were watching doing, he's such a lovable guy. He really doesn't know what he's going on. That's the whole point. Is he plays characters that are clueless schlemiels who really don't know what's going on. They really know how to speak. They really know how to act. And that's the big takeaway. And I love it and I miss it. And it's I live my life in that vision, in that mirror. And I think it's a very Jewish thing. He was a Jew. I'll say it. I'm being ethnocentric today. He was a Jew. And he was special. He was very special. He's kind of tzaddik for a guy. I didn't grow up with Judaism. I grew up with Orthodox Jew. I grew up secular Jew in upstate New York, and the only people I identify were Woody Allen and Jerry Lewis, Adam Sandler. These are my. I want to know what a Jew is. I'm like, hey guys, look, see that guy's Jewish. Woody Allen's Jewish. And you like Woody Allen? Are you an alpha male? Are you beta male? What are you? Are you women taking advantage of you? And you can't get the right thing. You always have problems with your sexual relationships. Is that you're that kind of guy? I had to live with these types of things. I was growing up, you know. I had to like weight lift. I'd do all these things to try to show them that I was not, you know, a weakling. I was not a nebbish schlemiel. But what I did to compensate was I partied. I became like Jerry Lewis. I would go out, I would go to parties, and I'd like do crazy things, go over the top, spill something, you know. Always having a good time. Like, yeah, that's Fewer. They didn't call me Foyer. They called me Fewer. They said, Fewer, woo, Fewer. And I would like go, and I'd like drink too much or smoke too much or whatever it was, and like I have a great time. I would like, you know. But one time they got this guy after me, Sean O'Reilly. It's very interesting. The Jewish versus the like not Jewish, like, you know, big burly kind of guys. Like this guy was all muscle. His face looked like a muscle. He's like contorted. And this guy in my group, who was the head of my group, his name was Alfred Studnick, and he'd be the head of my group. Like he's the smallest guy. And like he used to hang out with football players, these big guys, and like who liked to party, like have a good time. And this guy Alfie would always make fun of him. His mouth was like, you know, a weapon. You know, they give him headlocks once in a while, but he would always win out with his mouth. Yeah, but so Alfie got this guy Sean O'Reilly, when he came to our school, he used to say, Fewer says, you're ugly, no girl's gonna go out with you, you're like stupid, you're stupid, ugly, like every word, you know, the worst insult he could make. And he's like, Foyer said that. And then what happened was after school, these guys all came around my locker, and they're all saying, O'Reilly is after you. O'Reilly's after you. Like, yeah, he's kick your ass. The stuff you said about him was really bad. I said, who said that? Is it Alfie going around saying that? And he said, yeah, Alfie. Next thing I know, I had a fist go right in the back of my head, punch me, and then I looked back like this. I draw it back from the locker, and I took my fist and I went, wham! And I punched O'Reilly in the jaw, and he's bleeding. I was like, the first time in my life I ever really bang it on the ground. Bang his head. The schlemiel is going to bang someone's head on the ground. And I was just like, even the teacher's like, go ahead, do it. And I did. Hit it once, and I let go,